bedroom that just gives his teammates the freedom to fry, and cleanx and scrap have been doing exactly that. So dangerous forward team. Toronto Ultra looking class right now. We'll see how they do on Mercado.
Pure class. Just like those shots from cleanx, nearly the third. A team though will end that run is into Mercado. We are now firmly gone. And there you go. Yeah, Chance called it. That's the spawns.
Yeah, they got the spot. I was going to say, I don't know how aware Paulex is going to be because it took a while to turn, but he actually delivers with 2 pretty big kills. Now Scrap is actually going to be potentially in a bit of a pinch. Good news for him, Insight spawns up towards New. Bad news is Nasty is there and ready and frying. It's still a 50-50 fight for the spawns, though, and there's still Scrap time to be got. So Toronto's going to be able to get the Scrap, and it's only Scraps actually, funnily enough, now behind enemy lines. So many Scraps. Wow, that is unreal. Scrap time, Scraps, and Scrappy. What are you going to do? Way too much. But we thought we'd struggled earlier today with the cami, you know, was it the cami and yeah, whatever. Crazy man. Good time though out of P1 Nat from neither of these teams as we now roll into second. Ravens full of control at this side of the map. Big wins there from Paulex and Scraps. They get them kills as everything's worked out for them indeed. That's a 3 spree from Scraps. And the perfect time, by the way, for him to go on the 3 spree as well, because he was the sole player that was able to really just spawn behind enemy lines on the side of Ravens, but pops off, makes a big play, but it's one thing to make the big play, it's another to actually get the time. There's been 27 seconds collected. We're in a hill and a half deep, so a lot of scrap time, honestly, being traded back and forth. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Ravens holding the lead for now. 20 seconds left on this one as Matty Marshall, aka Scraps, is making a lot of noise. He's managed to pull players to and from the point. cleanx is out now. He's up top as well. That's going to be Scrap on Scraps action over the Scrap time. Over towards the new hard point we go. Now you got the snakes for Hixie out and bound with Insight watching over. So it's this setup men who need to get the kills. And nice little read from Insight, checking the middle alley. And poor Paulex is left one shot and waiting as his teammates, by the looks of it, just dying around him. You had Scrap going out to hunt these players down. But a 2v2 and Paulex stayed alive long enough to get back in the point. Him versus Hixie. And where's that final trade? Maybe nowhere to be found. There's the battle. And Hixie delivers. 3 spree and the time collected. A moment like that can go a long way. Ultra with a sizable advantage now in this game. And that advantage should turn into a much larger lead unless someone can get close now for the Ravens. It seems going to be that first man into the point. Wins the fight. cleanx is here immediately. Straight into it. Up and about. Asim wins another. So next 20 seconds are going to go the way of the Ravens unless Scrap can have his way at this Scrap time. And so far, yeah, he does get that one. So over towards the new hard point we now look. Here comes Ultra flying in forwards towards Paul. Takes care of him. Nasty from the flank though. Might be able to soften up these players before they can really get nestled in and set things up at Barbershop. Oh, good night as well, just to back that player down. And they're going to know 2 are actually in the back alley. So it's Scraps that Ultra are now going to be looking for. But Scraps stays alive long enough that a pinch is developing. Asim does get traded, and Scraps is getting kills in the meantime. This is great awareness by Hixie, though, to trust his teammate in the hill, watch the middle of the map, and even Scraps now gets taken care of. Little mixy moment right there for Ultra. They handle it perfectly and continue to collect this time. Well, they handle this hit, though. Ravens, 3 players through the back alleyway. It seems clean up one. Straight on the point, we don't got Paulex cut down by a hail of bad fire. Nasty's up next, and Hixie is the man. Flies around that corner. He's on a 5 spree now. In and about. Unfortunate timing on the stun. He's going to stay alive. Might give it. Oh, no, nearly got the kill. What a challenge it was. He'll take him. Doesn't quite get the streaks, but that's fine. Rotation's already underway, and you've got a couple of players contesting over New. 3v3 for the moment as well, so big opportunity for London to try to make an impact play. Insight head on a swivel, but everybody's inside. At least forces a team kill, but Ultra get forced to back down as well. Nasty trying to keep these players at bay, and all this sort of standoff moment for another square up fight, but now this time the 3v4, it's Ultra without the extra men. Yeah, running out of men. The last player's watching mid-map. Trade's done. And looks like Ultra come out on top. Scrap with a 2-piece there. He's looking good so far. 11 and 9 overall. cleanx. Nearly on a pull. Not enough, though. Play still alive. Over to Insight. Names his faith. See if he can't find a couple more sweet kills here. He does. Lovely work from Jamie Craven to see him up next. Nope. But good trades either way. Ravens in the point now. A solid chunk of time to be had. And they should be able to get it. Rotations down the bottom side of the map again. We're fighting over New. So far, so good.
I feel like this game, or this map rather, has just been a dogfight between both of these teams. Like, this is the first time where there's like scrap time that hasn't been like completely and utterly fought over for every single second. And even then, it's seeing the guy in the hill is feeling a little bit of pressure from the shots down range. But in the chaos on that rotation, Ultra have at least a slight advantage towards the start of this time. But right now, the Ravens, they are flying.
They are flying indeed. Well, let's see how they sound with a quick listen in.
You want bottom house. Heal the nade. Weak top.
Bomb really weak.
Oh, you can move it.
He's in the left corner of the door.
Give me a sec.
He's in the left corner of the door.
One shot, one. Scrap.
That's one on mid-tunnel.
Nice.
Nice, one still top.
Yep.
He's not peeking me.
You have numbers there, 3v2.
I'm stunned. One nade there, side. One
Top stairs.
One's going top.
I'm near the top, watch out.
Top dead.
Dead.
There's a great
I
time.
have time.
Ivy top.
Go on.
Okay, one can be bottom house.
I'm gonna go mid.
Here.
I'll be
I'm
bottom.
going mid.
Alley, weak. There's two there. Last two old.
Ivy top, chest.
Last two old.
P4 dead.
Nice, one more.
He blew me. Dead.
Nice.
Nice, Byron, go mid. I'm gonna go warehouse here, okay?
Are you going? No, you should go that way. You're gonna go last one.
I'm gonna go warehouse gate. I'm gonna go warehouse gate.
Okay.
One's back alley. Hold him back alley.
Good on there, bro.
One below me.
Back alley dead me. I'm good.
I'm working up caution.
No, I got stunned, bro. Scrap back alley.
Play your life from the house.
One small.
We brought it back. Okay, boys, let's go. I spawned behind the blue side. I'm getting away.
One time weak.
He's in the back
I'm
alley.
one
I'm
shot.
needing over.
I'm here.
He's on the back time spot. On the back time spot.
He's gate. One's gate.
One's P4, one's back alley.
Close parking lot.
Back alley, back alley, one shot.
Get on P4.
Let's see parking lot.
P4 weak. P4 white trap.
P4 really weak.
Fuck with that. One second.
Not bad comms out of the Ravens now, though. Ultra starting to push the lead forward, looking at almost a 50-point lead as we dive in for a listen in.
Say nothing. Get you. You're gonna be close already. Like mid.
Top here, right?
I need you close mid. Yeah, I'll try to get mid. Might do the wall hook, Jimmy.
Okay, I'll look it. When we get pinched, brother. Come on, climb to the wall.
Okay, once wall weak, Paul. Yeah, close right there.
Nice, big one.
Just keep off this, man. Trust. Deep right. That's 110. 136. Like back sick or guard heady behind each other. Yeah, guard heady, scraps. Weak.
Back house,
One L.
Two odd.
Let's go for the right.
Yeah, one's got me heady now. There'll be two
Is there a
right.
guy guard heady? Yeah, he was guard heady, yes. He's probably just playing.
Guard heady, one shot on fronting.
Might be in sick then.
Nothing in zig right now.
One's in near. Might be yellow. Not near yet.
Nothing in zig.
Tunnel one shot. Tunnel weak coming at mid. Lay down tunnel. Nothing now.
We'll shoot him mid. I'm laying hill, watch out.
Yo, long corner, challenge.
Still time. Tunnel that wall deep RV on the mid heady
long as well.
RV one
Mid
long.
heady long. Yeah, mid heady long. I don't know where they got. I'm going left. I'm going heady again. I'll see mid heady. I need it on mid heady.
Still long, but
Stun on mid heady, boys.
Tunnel dead.
Yellow van.
Yeah, another one tunnel. Tunnel stun on time. Stun on time.
RV
Stun on time.
Weak. One shot tunnel.
Charlie
on me. Longer bully dead.
Nice, Charlie, back.
They're like P4 side.
I need you, my bad.
Big soaks.
Good.
Get this time and come to P4 or fold.
Get my out, bro.
Yeah, get this time and then come to P4 or fold. Done it?
Yeah, they're all playing slow.
Hey, stun.
The coolest comms you'll ever hear in the Call of Duty League there. Ultra pushing the lead forward, but the Ravens' chance not out this yet.
Yeah, very calm, but with the scrap bit of flavor that always throws some spice in the mix. And I will say, by the way, that is a good chunk of time that Ultra were able to get on P1. I mean, not even scrap time. That was like an extra 30 seconds. So an underrated hill. And in London, if they're chalking up all that time, you better be damn sure you hold the bottom of new. And so far, so good. But Ultra getting ready to pounce.
Scraps holding the line, though, on the inside of the hard point. Can Hixie find the kills? He does. It seems there or not the second. Once again, Scraps finding these 1v1 fights, holding down that hard point. A lot of time still to be had here on the second. Can the Ravens hold on? Insight now making his way through top. His teammates downstairs, waiting for that perfect hit. It's got 3 clean down. Ball's gone, wiped out. That's 25 going away the Ultra.
Yeah, and again, there was so much time sort of given away for free on that old P1 hill to try to set yourselves up for new. But now that Ultra have broken through, and it was off the back of a massive play from cleanx, getting a cutoff kill before doubling back towards the actual point that sets them up. And talk about the setup, man. Hixie back in action, made the big play on this hill last go around. And if he makes a big play here, it's going to put the stamp on the game.
Yeah, we go. Hixie from upstairs. Not a lot of auto aim found through those railings. cleanx on a spree. Looking
looking for number 5. Great corner to be in. Catches a seam over the top. What a play out of Tobias Julianson. Gets another, and we're well over the 200-point mark now. The business end of the hard point, and Ultra are looking for the win.
And I'm fairly certain this is a 6 birdie from Cleanex where he just broke 2 hills back to back and hasn't died since then. Just finding the big pieces and again being the difference maker in the game. Is slaying second to none. Literally in this lobby, he is leading everybody with 25 and maybe finish off the game with a little addition to the 7 spree.
Scraps next up in the hill. Final 10 seconds now. Raven's got to get in there quick. Cleanex. The 8 spree closes out. And you've got a bit of time
so
now
tough.
for the Ravens. Oh no, the trophy system. Jesus, son. The lineup in the middle is not going to count for much. Final 5 seconds. And Ultra have taken Mercado Las Almas. Map number 1. It goes to them. Ravens, it was a hard-fought battle, but not quite enough. As Cleanex, bottom right-hand side of your screen, he is a menace.
And I think there were just a lot of plays sort of early on. Like, obviously, Cleanex is just a consistent slayer. Him and Scrap doing things the entire time that obviously it makes everybody's life easier. But even for that, like, first hill in 10, where Hixie was, like, you know, snaking his ass off onside that little desk, but winning so many extra gunfights where I think after, like, 3 or 4 hills, Ultra built themselves, like, a 60-point lead. London had plenty of fight in them, but it just seemed like those big sort of pop-off plays, whether it was Hixie doing it or whether it was Cleanex,